Forgotten Indian king, Raja Ramjat, the forgotten rebel king of Bharatpur. In the 17th century, as the Mughal Empire under Aurangzeb spread across India with a hardline orthodox policy and ruthless campaigns, resistance movements erupted across the subcontinent. Among them, the Jats of Bharatpur stood out, not as a vast empire, but as a fiercely independent people. Raja Ramjat, a name often absent from grand historical textbooks, was one of the most formidable rebel leaders of his time. As a successor to Gokula Jat and predecessor to the legendary Suraj Mal, Raja Ram played a pivotal role in carving out a Jat identity that defied Mughal imperialism. This is the detailed account of Raja Ramjat, his struggle, rebellion, legacy, and the seeds he sowed for a future Jat kingdom in Bharatpur. The rise of the Jats in Mughal India is, honestly, a fascinating story. The Jats were agriculturists, mostly settled in western Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and eastern Rajasthan. Historically marginalized and considered a peasant caste, they were known for their strong community ties, independence, and fighting spirit. The increasing imposition of heavy taxes, forced labor, and religious interference under Aurangzeb became the catalyst for Jat uprisings. The aftermath of Gokula Jat's martyrdom was, well, a turning point. Gokula Jat, a prominent leader, was executed by the Mughals in 1670 after a major rebellion. His death did not end the resistance. Instead, it radicalized and galvanized the Jats further, paving the way for Raja Ramjat to emerge as the new leader of the resistance. Born into a lineage of brave Jat chieftains, Raja Ram was deeply influenced by the sacrifice of Gokula. He assumed leadership of the Jats with a vision, not merely of rebellion, but of establishing an independent rule free from Mughal tyranny. Raja Ram understood the importance of unity among fragmented Jat clans. He built a strong network, aligning with local zamindars, and even forming covert relations with Marathas and Rajputs when possible, leveraging their shared anti-Mughal sentiments. Under Raja Ram, Cincin, which is near Bharatpur, became a stronghold. Fortifications were erected, and a standing force of Jat warriors was trained. Raja Ram transformed the region into an armed rebel republic. From 1685 onwards, Raja Ram led these highly coordinated attacks on Mughal supply lines, tax collectors, and military camps. His forces really mastered the art of guerrilla warfare, making full use of the flat plains and rural networks of the region. The Mughal attempts to crush this rebellion, led by generals like Khan-e-Jahan Bahadur, often ended in defeat and, honestly, a lot of humiliation. One of the most significant episodes was the siege of Cincin. The Mughal army laid a prolonged siege to Raja Ram's fortress. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the Jats resisted fiercely. Raja Ram is said to have personally led many skirmishes, becoming a real folk hero among his people. After months of siege, the fort fell, but Raja Ram managed to escape, continuing his resistance underground. Around 1691, Raja Ramjat was captured and executed by the Mughals, much like Gokula. Yet, the legacy of his rebellion lived on. His martyrdom inspired a generation of Jats who would continue the struggle against the Mughals. Raja Ram's efforts, really laid the foundation for what would eventually become the Jat kingdom of Bharatpur, which was formally established by Badan Singh and, reached its zenith under Maharaja Suraj Mal. Raja Ram is rightly remembered as the ideological and revolutionary predecessor to these kings. Even though he is missing from formal Mughal chronicles, Raja Ram lives on in oral history and folklore. Ballads, village songs, and community legends, honestly, they all portray him as a brave, just, and strategic leader who stood up for his people. Some structures attributed to his time or built in his memory exist in the Bharatpur and Cincin regions, showcasing the reverence with which his memory is preserved locally. Modern historians recognize Raja Ram as part of a larger tapestry of people's resistance to centralized imperial rule. His leadership is often likened to that of Shivaji, Lachit Borphukan, and Guru Gobind Singh in their respective regions. Raja Ram Jat was not just a rebel. He was a visionary leader who dared to challenge the most powerful empire of his time. In an age where loyalty was often bought and dissent was crushed with brute force, Raja Ram chose the path of unyielding defiance and sacrifice. He may not have lived to see an independent Jat kingdom, but without him, Bharatpur would never have become a sovereign power. He remains a towering figure in the history of people's resistance movements in India, a symbol of courage, identity, and freedom. Thank you for listening. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.